Every second, over 1,200 Pepsi bottles are filled, capped, and sealed before you even finish this sentence. But here's a twist. Behind this everyday soft drink lies one of the most advanced, high-speed, and obsessively precise food production systems on the planet. All for a drink you might casually grab between meetings or toss in your fridge without a second thought. Is it just soda, or is it engineered pleasure in a bottle? Some say Coke is king. Others swear by Pepsi's citrusy edge. So here's the question: which one really wins, and why does it even matter? But today, we're not choosing sides. We're cracking open the process behind Pepsi, how it's made, why it hits different, and what's hiding behind that cool blue label. Let's dive in. (1898), a small-town pharmacy in North Carolina. That's where Caleb Bradham mixed up a fizzy drink he claimed could aid digestion and boost energy. He called it Pepsi Cola. Now, that humble recipe is enjoyed over 1 billion times a day across more than 200 countries. But how did it go from local mixer to global icon? Pepsi didn't just sell a drink, it sold a feeling. The brand evolved with the times. The elegant red script logo, the patriotic bottle caps of the 40s, the futuristic globe we know today. Each version didn't just reflect design trends, it reflected cultural shifts. But logos alone don't build legacy. Pepsi embedded itself into pop culture. Think Michael Jackson's explosive 1984 commercial, literally pyro accident and all, or Cindy Crawford's legendary gas station moment in '92. Denim, sunglasses, and a cold can that somehow redefined cool. And then there's this. In the early 1990s, Pepsi struck a deal with Russia to trade cola for 17 submarines, a cruiser, a frigate, and a destroyer. For a brief moment, Pepsi owned the 6th largest navy in the world. Yes, that really happened. Either way, the formula goes far beyond flavor. Pepsi's power is in emotion, blending nostalgia, risk, and relevance into something that feels personal every time you take a sip. From a pharmacy counter to global pop icon, it's not just soda, it's Pepsi. The most overlooked ingredient in every bottle of Pepsi? It's not the syrup, not the fizz, it's water, just plain water. But before it meets a single drop of flavor, it goes through a transformation more intense than my skincare routine. Whether it's pulled from deep wells or municipal taps, the process begins here. Reverse osmosis, carbon filtration, UV sterilization. The goal? Not just clarity, chemical purity. Because even the best syrup in the world can't fix bad water. And Pepsi doesn't guess. Every batch is tested, constantly, to meet internal standards tougher than most local water codes. If it doesn't pass, it's out. It's easy to forget that soda is almost 90% water. That's why Pepsi treats it like liquid gold. No microbes, no minerals, no margin for error. And honestly, after seeing this, I kinda wanna run my entire house through a Pepsi filtration system. Might finally stop losing fights with my coffee machine. If Pepsi had a top-secret vault like Coca-Cola, this would be it. The flavor base, the very heart of the drink, is crafted here. Only a tiny circle of insiders knows the full formula. The rest of us, we sip, guess, and debate. Inside these massive tanks, high-fructose corn syrup meets citric acid, caramel color, natural flavors, and caffeine. It's a liquid symphony, sweet, sharp, dark, energizing. This concentrated flavor base is so potent, it's shipped globally, then mixed with purified water and carbonation only at local bottling plants. Why? To make sure that bottle in Texas tastes just like the one in Tokyo. And here's the kicker. This isn't guesswork, it's algorithmic blending. Automated systems fine-tune every ratio, adjusting for temperature, ingredient density, even altitude. Honestly, it's kind of beautiful. Meanwhile, I still can't get instant coffee right. Once the base is dialed in, it's sealed, tracked, and sent to filling lines. No bubbles, no labels, just the core DNA of Pepsi, ready to be transformed into millions of craveable cans and bottles. Ever wondered why Pepsi feels so crisp, so satisfying, so alive? It's not just the flavor, it's the fizz. And that fizz doesn't just happen, it's engineered. Here's how it works. Purified water is first chilled to near freezing. Then, under high pressure, CO2 gas is injected into that icy cold water, creating carbonated water, the sparkling base of every Pepsi bottle. It's done in sealed chambers that balance pressure, temperature, and flow rate to perfection. Fun fact, carbonation isn't just about texture, it also sharpens flavor. The bubbles actually carry aromas to your nose and create a gentle burn that makes sweetness pop even more. No bubbles? Flat, dull sugar water. I once tried a warm, flat Pepsi during a road trip rest stop, and honestly, I'd rather drink hotel shampoo. Never again. Pepsi's not just mixed, it's blended with precision down to the decimal. Because if the ratio's off, you don't get Pepsi, you get disappointment in a bottle. Once the syrup's locked and the water's carbonated, the two are combined at exactly the right ratio, typically 1:5. This isn't eyeballed, it's engineered. Sensors monitor pressure, flow, and temperature in real time, adjusting constantly to hit the flavor bullseye. If you've ever had a bad soda from a fountain, you know the feeling. Too much syrup? Like sipping candy corn. Too little? Just fizzy regret. Pepsi's system catches those errors before they happen, every second. And honestly, I wish my coffee machine had this kind of emotional stability. Here's a plot twist you might not see coming. Most Pepsi bottles don't arrive at the factory as bottles. They become bottles right on site. Think of it like blowing up a balloon. If that balloon was made of high-grade plastic and had to be identical 1,000,000 times a day. Factories start with tiny test tube-like PET preforms. These are heated, pressurized, and boom, transformed into full-size Pepsi bottles in seconds. Why do it this way? Simple. Preforms are way easier to ship, saving tons of space, fuel, and money. Once molded, bottles are cooled, tested, and ready to roll. The caps, made in-house too, precision molded, sterilized, and stored until sealing time. Kinda wild. These bottles didn't exist an hour ago, and now they're ready to hold your favorite drink. By making bottles and caps in-house, Pepsi isn't just saving space, they're speeding up production and cutting down on carbon emissions. It's lean, smart, and honestly, it makes me wish my IKEA furniture assembled itself with this level of grace. Most people think about what's in a soda. Almost no one thinks about the bottle it comes in. But at Pepsi, each one gets the VIP treatment, starting with a high-speed sterilization bath. Whether plastic or glass, bottles ride into an air jet cleaner where they're blasted with hot water, filtered air, and sanitizers to wipe out any dust or flavor-ruining microbes. Then come the precision robots. Nozzles twist into each neck for a deep clean, while infrared and optical sensors scan for residue or moisture. If a flaw's detected, that bottle's instantly kicked off the line. No second chances when it comes to Pepsi's crisp, clean taste. Ever wonder how Pepsi fills 60,000 bottles per hour without losing a single bubble? It's not just automation, it's an orchestra of pressure, timing, and pure engineering flex. Once the Pepsi blend is ready, filling begins inside a sealed, high-pressure environment. Why the pressure? Because CO2 is slippery. Treat it like still water and the fizz vanishes faster than your willpower on cheat day. Right after filling, robotic arms move in to seal each bottle with torque-controlled precision. Too tight? You're reaching for pliers. Too loose? That signature fizz? Gone. This isn't guesswork, it's fine-tuned to hit that Goldilocks zone of just right. Final checkpoint? Inspection. Every bottle is scanned for fill level, cap torque, label placement, date code. Even the slightest flaw? Kicked off the line. No mercy, no close enough. Just quality control with zero chill. Finally, it hits the road. Mapped, tracked, cooled, headed for shelves, fridges, or vending machines. All of it just so your Pepsi tastes exactly right the moment you twist that cap. Cold, balanced, fizzy. That's Pepsi. What if your Pepsi bottle didn't get tossed after one sip, but came back to life again and again? That's the beauty of refillable glass. It keeps the fizz longer, avoids plastic aftertaste, and cuts waste. You drink, return, and boom, it's ready for another round. Kind of like the comeback tour of packaging. PepsiCo's also using rPET, bottles made from recycled plastic. It's a big shift towards circular packaging. But those sleek black bottles, a headache to recycle. Infrared scanners can't detect them. They're like the stealth mode of soda packaging. It's a tricky line, but if it means fewer landfills and the same great fizz, we're all in. Not gonna lie, I used to think glass bottles were just for fancy brunches. Now I'm realizing they're kind of the MVP of soda. And there you have it. From syrup mixing to robotic bottling, every can of Pepsi is a blend of science, precision, and just the right amount of fizz. If you found the behind the scenes as satisfying as that first cold sip, give us a like and hit subscribe for more inside looks at how your favorite products are made. Which part of Pepsi's production surprised you the most? Was it the carbonation process, the robotic inspections, or maybe the refillable glass bottle comeback? Drop your thoughts in the comments. We're reading every one. And stay tuned. We've got more iconic brands and factory secrets coming your way. See you in the next video.